Dr. Pete, I started keto yesterday and I'm still having gout flares. And we are starting right now. Do you have gout? And is it beneficial to go on to the ketogenic diet? I've produced other videos in this area, but what we're going to talk about today are the 5 steps that you need to consider very, very carefully before starting the ketogenic diet if you are a gout sufferer. In climbing and mountaineering, I learned a long time ago about the 6 Ps. Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. As a gout sufferer, what is the goal of going on the keto lifestyle? This is the question. The answer is to reduce the risk of a gout flare during the transition into the lifestyle and then maintaining the lifestyle without subsequent gout flares. In this video, we are going to cover the 5 basic steps that you must adhere to learning about before you start the diet. Step number 1, you need to make sure you're in the care of a primary care physician or a doctor. And the reason for this is because when you shift into the lifestyle, it's well known in the science that uric acid is going to increase. Usually this happens in the first weeks during the shift to the lifestyle. And during the time period when that uric acid rises, you are at risk of having a gout flare. So you must prepare for this. You need to talk to your doctor about it and make sure that you have access to anti-inflammatories, because if you do have a gout flare at this time and you want to be in the keto lifestyle for the long run, then you're going to need to maintain yourself through the flare and proceed into eventually getting into keto adaptation. Why keto adaptation? Because this is the place where the gout flare-ups in the long run will be substantially minimized. This is the advantage to being on the keto lifestyle. Number 2, you're looking at a lifestyle where you should be eating no more than 50 grams of total carbs per day. I recommend using the 3-way plate method. This does not involve counting calories. What it involves is very, very simple. In one segment of the plate, you're going to have meat or protein, which will be the size of the fat wallet of a man. The other 2 segments will have low-carb vegetables the size of a fist. And then along with that meal will be a large Bamo salad. This has been described in many of my other videos. How do you know whether you're keeping the carbs low enough? And the answer is because you should be measuring your blood ketones with a blood glucose ketone meter. Your ketone value should be between 0.5 and 3 millimolar. If your average ketones are between 0.5 and 3 in a 24-hour period, then you know that you are eating 50 grams of carbs or less. This is a given as long as your ketones, your blood ketones, are in that proper range. Point number 3, when you shift into the keto lifestyle and you lower the carbs, which lowers the chronic insulin expression, your kidneys are going to shift from storing water and salt to venting water and salt out of the system. Therefore, you need to maintain a salt intake, table salt intake, which could be any type of salt you want, whatever you feel best with, Himalayan salt, sea salt, whatever that is, but you need to be maintaining between 10 and 12 grams of table salt per day. Number 4, hydration is super important. The minimum amount of water you should be drinking each day is 3 liters. And honestly, you should be going for a full gallon of water per day. If you are drinking less than 3 liters, the likelihood that you are dehydrated is actually quite high. And with dehydration comes feelings of not so good, right? You're not going to feel well. And generally people will start pointing the finger right away at the keto lifestyle as being what the problem is, when in fact it's just simply because you're not drinking enough water. Meal timing, super important. You should be eating your first meal of the day between 10 and 12 p.m., 10 a.m., 12 p.m. And the second meal should be done by 6 p.m. in the evening. To summarize, education here is super important. You want to learn everything you can about this lifestyle before you start it. This is not one of those things where you have a gout flare, you go on the internet and you see and hear that other people are having success in terms of the gout, and then you start it that day. I can offer you resources at makesme-healthy.com. We can help you with a 7-day meal plan that not only outlines the meal timing and tells you what to eat, but it provides recipes along with video tutorials. We also offer an online course there where you can sit down and within just a couple of hours you can learn what you need in order to start this very important lifestyle change. So if you like this, please hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you know when our next offering is going to be.